So in the 2 years I was gone, I just grew out my hair and then dyed it. See how stupid I could look. I mean, so I just look normal. Just look stupid like normal. I know. Good job, me. Um. Okay. Yeah. Just gonna talk about the NBA for a little bit. Just gonna get into it here. Let's go. Anyways, starting with the NBA stuff, Mark Cuban was fined $600,000 because he said losing is our best option. He said it on a radio show. That's the dumbest part. You don't say that in public or anywhere if you're a GM or president or whatever. So him saying that obviously was dumb. He said it at a team dinner. So that didn't help. And he was trying to say that us winning is not going to help us in the future. It's just going to make our draft pick worse. So he was basically saying he wanted to tank, which is dumb. If you tank, then you're going for a better draft pick. You do that. Good for you. You got a better draft pick now. He just, I don't know why he said that. It was pretty dumb. He got fined $600,000. The team's already under a bunch of investigation for some misconduct. One of their ex-presidents I think, someone important did some bad stuff. And is under investigation now. Mark Cuban didn't speak up on it, so that's a big deal now. And that's just that. Greg Popovich said that Kawhi, he's likely done for the season. But here's the thing, Kawhi's been cleared apparently, so I think there's something more to that. There were rumors earlier in the year that Kawhi and the Spurs organization were having tensions, and then they kind of just said that they were fine, but that doesn't mean anything. So I think it's actually bigger than it is. I think that maybe Kawhi and the organization don't agree with each other. Kawhi might want to be traded. He might not want to be there anymore if he's a free agent this summer. I don't know if he is. He might want to get out of there or get traded. He might just not like the team. He might not like Popovich. I don't know what's wrong. But obviously Aldridge wanted to be traded, but then he had a dinner with Popovich and then he was fine. I don't know what happened there, but he's fine now. So Kawhi, obviously, one of the best two-way players in the NBA right now. He has been out most of the season. He's not. I don't think he's even played 10 games. Spurs are still doing good without him. Aldridge has been having a good season because of the lack of Kawhi. So obviously, this is big for them that he's out for the season. They're not going to get very far without him in the playoffs. The playoffs. Right now, the difference between the 3 and the 9 seed is 4 games, I think, which is insane. So whoever misses out on the playoffs, that's going to suck for them. So I think there's more to the Kawhi Spurs story. I think he might want out of there. I don't think his injury is as bad as everyone thinks. I think he's just like, I don't like this place anymore. So that's all I got on that so far. But if anything else comes about that, any more news, obviously I'll say something in the next video. Jimmy Butler, he did something to his meniscus, non-contact injury, and he's out for 4 to 6 weeks because he has to have surgery. This is big because the Timberwolves, they're one of those teams that's trapped in that within 4-game playoffs thing. Jimmy Butler, another one of the best two-way players in the NBA. He's a defensive stud, and obviously he has risen as an offensive scorer, an offensive player overall. So this is big for the Timberwolves. He was traded there over the summer. Definitely going to hurt the Timberwolves. They still have Andrew Wiggins, Karl Anthony Towns. Off the bench, they have Jamal Crawford. Their point guard's Jeff Teague. So they still have a pretty good roster, still pretty good lineup. But it's definitely going to hurt not having him on the defensive end and also him scoring on the offensive end. But that's big for the teams around that, like the Thunder, the Spurs. Who else is in that race? The Pelicans, the Clippers. I think all those teams have got to jump on that and try to pass them in the rankings for playoffs. Not just not just making the playoffs, but better seeding, home court advantage. All that stuff is very important for the playoffs. And if they could have that, that'd be huge. So this is obviously a huge loss at the wrong time for the Timberwolves. So, well, my notes turned off. I'm going to pull those back up. Kevin Durant donated $10 million to some local kids in his hometown, D.C. Just saying this because, that's a big deal. Players make all this money. And, you hear people like, oh, what would I do if I had that much money? I don't know what I'd do with it. Well, obviously, Kevin Durant doing something good, showing that these players with a lot of money, they don't want to just blow off their money on expensive cars, fancy jewelry, and ginormous mansions. So he's obviously giving back to the community, which is big, and it's awesome to see someone do that in the NBA. So that's pretty cool of him. And now that I'm all nice right now, I'm about to go full mad mode. So this is mad mode. Zaza Pachulia is the biggest idiot in the NBA. I don't care what you... Everyone agrees with me, except for Zaza Pachulia and Golden State bandwagoners. Yeah, so I'm a little mad, so don't get offended by anything. It's just an opinion. Just get over it, honestly. So if you did not see the Thunder get slaughtered by the Warriors last night, doesn't matter. The Thunder still have won 2 of the 3 games. The Warriors won a crazy run at the end of the third, which pretty much put the game away. But during that crazy run, Russell Westbrook tried a floater. It was heavily contested by Nick Young. They both fell on the ground. And Zaza Pachulia was there. He looks down at Russell Westbrook. He's like, oh, it's their best player. I'm going to fall on him and try to hurt him. He looked down at him. He fell on him. And when he was coming down, it looked like he was trying to punch his hip and also elbow his knee, tried to hurt him. Westbrook stayed down. Zaza got up, and Nick Young got up. Westbrook was fine, but it could have been worse. Westbrook called him out after the game. Zaza made a dumb comment, said that was childish. No comment, just want to move on. Zaza's an idiot. Even Kyrie Irving, he wasn't even in the game. He plays for the Celtics, wasn't even there. He said Zaza needs to be controlled. He needs to be fined, suspended, something. He does. He needs to be suspended. He's done this multiple times. There's like a 7-minute video on all of his dirty plays that I'll put in the description of this video. There's one of him grabbing Kawhi's arm and pulling him to the ground. Obviously, the cheap shot. Well, this one was it was dirty, but it didn't look as intentional when he put his foot under Kawhi and he sprained his ankle. And pretty much that's why Golden State won that series. It could have gone different if Kawhi played. He also has tried to hit people in the face. He has hit someone in the face. He turned around, whacked someone in the face. David West, he got the ball, tried to hit him in the face with it. Zaza is just a dirty player, and he needs to be punished. So the Oklahoma City apparently is talking to the NBA about punishing Zaza just because of his dirty playing and his just terrible. Some people are gonna say, "Oh, it's just him hustling," but this is just absolutely ridiculous. It's absurd. He needs to be punished for it. No one should get away with this. Draymond Green got in trouble for kicking people in the groin, and Zaza is doing worse than that. He's trying to injure people so that they can't play for a certain amount of time so that they can win games and maybe win championships like they did last year. It's just ridiculous. Zaza needs to be suspended. Fining him, I don't think he's going to do anything. He's just going to be like, okay, take some of my money, whatever. I'm still a millionaire. You got to suspend him. It's absolutely ridiculous. I could go on and on and on and on about how much I hate Zaza, but I'm not going to do that because, it's like 9:20 at night and I don't want to go off. I don't want to go to bed mad. That's not a good thing. So Zaza's an idiot. Kevin Durant's a nice person. Jimmy Butler's hurt. Kawhi Leonard and the Spurs have tension. Mark Cuban said some dumb things. That's all that I said in this video. Normal stuff, like, subscribe. I don't care if you comment or not. If you have an opinion, comment it. Go for it. It's the United States of America. You can do what you want. Unless you're watching in another country. But you can still probably comment. So, why not?